Yo, what's going on? It's your main man, Rick the Dawn. Welcome back, Mafia family. I played New England off camera. It was an amazing game. But let's talk about Philly. All right, Philly is 3-0, and so are we. Philly is always a challenge for me. They're always pretty high in the standings when I, see them. They're always at the top tier of our conference. So this is no different this year. Philly's going to be a tough out. I'm expecting a good game. And let's just jump into it. Wait a minute. Wait. Let me make sure I got the right unis on. Look at these unis right here. Look at the blue socks. Oh my gosh. Did not know that I had blue socks on that. But I kind of like both of my unis, man. I'm going to go with the blue sock joints. Why not? That looks crazy to me. All right, here we go, y'all. Let's see what Philly can do. Our defense has been very unstable. It's been rather inconsistent. So it's really hard to tell what version of my defense I'm going to see today. But we've been great on extra point, defense. We've actually been stopping quite a few extra points. So Philly jumps out and they score immediately, and that's terrifying for me personally. All right, here we go. Not sure what the approach is going to be this game. I do want to get the running game established pretty soon. You saw that extra stiff arm? That was crazy. I want to get the running game established. I feel like, bam! I had to go. I was going to run right into it. I had to do it. Oh my goodness, this running game is amazing, man. It's amazing. That extra little. Watch this. Watch I run into his body. All right, so this guy is actually pretty good. I don't want to run him crazy though. Let's be very smart about how he manages his runs. And we will be getting down. You didn't see this in the last game, but Willie Jackson fumbled twice in one game. And I was just like so confused. He doesn't have a lot of strength, but his speed is crazy. So that's kind of his Achilles heel. Like he can. This running back is just something else. But no, his Achilles heel. Well, let me focus real quick. I'm trying to do two things at once. Well, that was a beautiful slip. I could have stayed in bounds if I was a little more careful. Will this be a running back heavy game? I'm not sure. I wasn't planning on it. Daniel Royal has been the primary focus for some time now. So I usually don't have to focus so much on the run. But when your running back is that good, his runs are just as impactful as you throwing the ball. Like, if you can get 10 yards of rush, like, why, you know what I'm saying? Why risk throwing an interception, right? And he's shorthanded, meaning he doesn't fumble a lot. But Philly, true to who they are, they're not doing a good job at stopping themselves. But as I told you earlier in the first quarter, my defense is really good when it comes to special teams. I'm not sure why that is. They don't seem to stop a lot of scoring drives, but they stop a lot of extra point attempts. And it's just what our makeup is at the moment. All right, good throw right there. Going to be disciplined this game, especially when Willie Jackson has the ball. I don't know. I've never seen him fumble that much, but he fumbled twice last game. Let's see if we can get that over. Oh, that was a beautiful throw. It almost bent in the air. I hope they would play that back. I'm going to have to watch that play back. That was crazy. And I haven't really gone to Dunbar, but let me tell you, Dunbar is just as good as anybody on the team when it comes to catching the ball. Big Mike has been an amazing addition to the team. He's extremely consistent. Let's see if we can get some some rack yards. Not too much, but was able to bring the catch in, so I'm happy. All right, I was trying to get Willie Jackson in the flat. He usually can take that and take it home. No runs in this second drive right here, but it's only because the defense is fronting my wide receivers so much, it's difficult to not take advantage of that. I mean, look at how much space he has to catch the ball. I mean, with that much space, why run the ball when I can just throw it very safely, right? So bad defense on their part. Going to go ahead and kick it instead of going for the 2-point conversion. And I think my team is worthy of at least one stop per game. And I was going to say that before the stop and punt, but that's what I was talking about essentially. I had to throw that into coverage mainly because of the way they played that particular situation. Beautiful pass. I'm going to go ahead and get down, even though I can run for a little bit more. So now that we have the clock where we have it, I think it's a good time to reactivate the run, because I'm not looking to get down the field like too fast. You know what I mean? Man, this running back is crazy. I'm actually going to dive. Could have kept running. He kind of reminds me of like Emmitt Smith. Bang! Like he has a he's a dual threat. He can run, but he also has power, and that's why he reminds me of Emmitt. Like he's not a finesse back like Barry necessarily, and he's not a power back like maybe Jerome Bettis. He's like a mixture of those two, and that's scary. You know, imagine one package that has the strength of Jerome Bettis and the agility and the quickness of Barry Sanders. That's a very devastating running back. All right, they did a good job with just kind of stopping what I was trying to do. I mean, goodness gracious. Okay, so now that we've got the clock just about where I need it to be to score, and you know, not allow them to score again, it's about that time to turn things up a little bit. I'm gonna probably throw that away. I should have ran the ball on that play. That was kind of a bad play call. All right, I don't know what happened there. That was just a flub. Let's see if we can get an easy play. Here it is. That's money. Oh my goodness, I probably should have stayed on my feet and just ran it in to ensure the clock was under 30, but it's okay. All right, we're doing pretty good to start the game. Philly should feel pretty overwhelmed at the moment, realizing that, you know, they're going to take their first L of the season. I'm not exactly sure if that's true as of this moment, but we get the ball back after the half, and it's hard to believe that we're going to have an issue so bad that they'll be able to come back. But we'll see. Let's play the game out. All right, great run back. Anytime you get over the 30 in a run, you have to consider that a decent run. I'm going to hold just a little while just to get a little bit more yardage. And usually, the longer you hold the ball, let me see if I can get that tackle to break, and that wasn't the case. But usually, the longer you hold the ball, the more likely you're able to get a better run from your wide receiver. All right, I was going to go over the top there and, you know, try to go for a record maybe, but the defense did a good job of closing in. So this was going to be a run-heavy game. Wow, Dunbar is amazing. But then Danny Royal kind of woke up, and he's just throwing, you know, he's throwing some zippers, man. He's getting the ball where it needs to go very cleanly, and my wide receivers are doing an amazing job with their route running. So it's kind of hard. Look at this. That's crazy. So it's difficult to focus on the run when your wide receivers are so effective. I got to see that back because I'm like, where did he go? He went up. Oh, he broke a tackle. Okay, I was like, how did he get through that? It was two defenders there, and somehow he got through. I'm not sure how that was going to play out. All right, 30-13. Right now, Philly is looking like they're overwhelmed, and I think it says a lot when you can beat an undefeated team very handily. The fact that our defense stepped up, and again, I'm always expecting at least one stop per game. I'm not expecting more than that at the extreme level. But there's another extra point stop, so that is a thing. You know, that is absolutely a thing that my defense, they're really capable of stopping additional points after the score. And that's a really cool thing to have. You know, I didn't really expect it to be a part of our identity. Oh, wow. Dunbar is wide open. We got two players over there. There's no way we don't get that. I was going to say, it's just no way we don't get that. We have two players in that vicinity. Great catch. I was actually under the pressure of the defense. I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do with that pass. Another fumble. All right, so Philly has waken up, and it's a big reason why I wasn't comfortable to just say the game was over. And that seems to keep happening, where I have two players in the area, and they both fall down on the ground. That's very weird to me. I don't have a clue why Dunbar is on the ground, but there he is on the ground, and he doesn't fall on the ball. So what's the point of diving if you're not going to dive on the ball? So shout out to Philly. Philly is not going to go away quietly, and I'm not sure why I sound surprised. All right, we might be going for a record. I don't think I've ever seen more than 3 extra point stops. I've never seen it. And I'm not even sure if it's been 4 already in this game, but it feels like 4. I have to count it back when I watch this video back. I tried to sneak through that little gap right there, but it did a good job with closing. And I got to be careful here with the number of fumbles we're having. It's making me want to just stay on the ground and protect the lead. As much as I want to light the air up, it might be smarter to give it to a more sure-handed player in church and just run the clock out. I don't need to have all the excitement as I try to juke 3 players at the same time. All right, I got to go over the top, man. They're really playing bad defense in the outfield, and it's making me want to just go over the top. It just seems like the middle of the field is always open, and it is very, very tempting to not throw the ball there. I have to. They're just wide open in the middle of the field. Here's another example of that. I didn't expect to score as quickly as I did on that drive. I was absolutely content to run the ball, but they're playing such bad defense. Their defense is breaking down in the middle of the field. It's difficult not to just take advantage of that. We're playing so good this game. We fumbled the ball, yet we're still up more than 10. And look at this. We get the fumble back. All right. And this is definitely a good time to get Church established. I'm going to go ahead and get down just because he took a hit early. I was supposed to slip that tackle, but I did not do a good job at it. So I didn't want to risk a fumble. All right. I'm just trying to get razzle-dazzly. I'm just trying different things. All right, they're doing a good job with the short passes on the left and right side of the field. But for whatever reason, in the middle field, it just seems to be wide open. I'm going to go ahead and get down. It seems like I have way more, space to do more things. But, yo, this guy has to have netted over 100 yards rushing. I mean, that was basically a walk-in. I mean, he juked to the left and was wide open. Look at this. That's a walk-in, basically. All right, I know they don't keep track of this particular stat, but when it comes to going for 2, we have to be number 1 in the league. I mean, we seem to get every single one of them. And look at that, another high-scoring game. We beat this team by 20 points plus. That tells you right there just how effective this team is. And we are now 4-0. We knocked Philly down, and now they're no longer a threat for overtaking the conference. It looks like Atlanta is, and I'm not sure if we battle against Atlanta. They're asking who Leonard Mike is. That's an obvious answer. That's pretty easy. Big Mike is the wide receiver. How can you miss that? All right, but let's look at the stats because I thought this game was very tricky. Robert Church with 125 yards is insane when you think about it. Daniel Royer with 300 plus. I mean, there you have it. And then looking on the defensive side of the ball, DeMarcus with 10 tackles is insane, okay? Same thing with Zembrick, who also forced a fumble. A beautiful game overall. We're going against Dallas next. I don't usually play against Dallas, so this should be an interesting game. I'm actually kind of nervous because I don't play against Dallas, and I think maybe the few times I played them, they were not the best experiences. So anyway, Mafia family, throw a like on the video if you want to see us take on Dallas and destroy them. You know how I go. You know how I do. But how about the season to start? We are looking extremely strong to start the season, and who knows, this might be the one year where, we win at least 95% of our games. This offense is so strong. But anyway, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.